So hi guys, mayang adlaw. Welcome to NatzMath TV. Welcome to another episode of a general mathematics review series. So let's proceed to our first question. So we are given this problem. You are given the function f of x equals negative 7x plus 2 and g of x equals 2x minus 4. Now we are going to find the sum of the functions f and g of x. So meaning we have to add the first function f of x to the second function, which is g of x. Again, our f of x is defined as negative 7x plus 2, and the second function is g of x equals 2x minus 4. So we need to add these two functions. So letter A, that is negative 3x minus 2. Letter B, that is negative 3x plus 1. Letter C, that is negative 5x minus 2. And letter D, that is 5x plus 1. So how do we perform addition of functions? So these are the given. Negative 7x plus 2 for f of x and 2x minus 4 for g of x. So what are we going to do is, again, since we are told to find the sum of the functions f and g, so atong i-add ang function f and g. So this is now our solution. So the sum of the functions f and g of x. So meaning since this is x, we are not going to evaluate the function. So we just simply add the function. So what shall we do first? So since our function f is defined by negative 7x plus 2, that's why we have here our first function. So this is our function f of x, negative 7x plus 2. Then we have the add, since this is addition, so this is plus. Then our function g, which is defined by 2x minus 4, that's why we have here 2x minus 4. So this is our function f, and this is our function g. So what we need to do next is to combine like terms by addition, since this is addition. So we will add the same terms. So in this case, we have negative 7x and 2x. So we cannot combine negative 7x and negative 4 since they are not of the same terms. They are not similar. So kanarang parehas. So negative 7x plus 2x, since this is addition, so that is negative 5x. So mo ni siya ang negative 7x plus 2x is negative 5x. Then we combine also the constant, the positive 2 plus negative 4. So positive 2 plus negative 4 is negative 2. So since we are not going to evaluate, since naaraman tayo x diha, so dili na nato evaluate ang function. So this is now our final answer, since dili naman ni siya ma-simplify. So our final answer is negative 5x minus 2. This is now the sum of the functions f and g. So therefore, our correct answer is letter C. Now, let's proceed to our next example. This time, we are given the functions again, but this time we are going to find the difference, that is g minus h. So we are given the function h of x. That is equal to 3x squared minus 5x plus 1. And our g of x is x squared minus 9x plus 2. So, we have to subtract these two functions. So, ganina, nag-add ta, this time, atong i-minus. But, karon, we have now the value of our x, which is negative 2. So, we perform the operation minus, then afterwards, we will evaluate using the value of the domain, which is negative 2. So, letter A, 1. Letter B, negative 3. Letter C, 8. And letter D, 10. So, what are we going to do first? The same gyapon ganina sa addition. So, we have here g minus h of negative 2. So, we start with the function g. So, since this is our function g of x, so that is x squared minus 9x plus 2. So that's why we write here x squared minus 9x plus 2. So this is our g. Then since this is minus, of course, minus na din siya diri. Then our function h is defined by this given 3x squared minus 5x plus 1. So that's why we have here 3x squared minus 5x plus 1. Now we have to be very careful here because this is subtraction. Take note, this is subtraction. The rule on subtraction, we change the sign of the subtrahend and proceed to the rule on addition. Okay? So let's start combining like terms. So like terms ani natay x squared o kining 3x squared. So we subtract x squared minus 3x squared, that is negative 2x squared. Okay? So as you can see, this is positive. Since that is minus, so this will become negative and we proceed to the rule on addition. So this becomes x squared plus negative 3x squared. So mao ni siyang negative 2x squared. Kaya naamo ni siya assume 1 dira. Okay, let's proceed to the next term. So naatay negative 9x minus negative 5x. So minus man ni, again ma-change. So mahimo ning negative 9x plus positive 5x. Okay, minus man. Change the sign of the subtrahend, this becomes positive and becomes addition. So mahimo ning negative 9x plus 5x. So that is negative 4x. Then, we combine the constant. 2 minus 1 is, of course, positive 1. So this is now the resulting function. And since we have our value of the domain, which is negative 2, so we will not stop from here. Dili ta mo stop diri. We will continue evaluating the function. So we will substitute the value of x to this function here. So nakay value x dira, ato nang ilisan sa value which is negative 2. So that's why this becomes, we copy the negative 2 here, kopyara ni, then instead of writing x here, nanay x, since the operation between 2 and x is multiplication, so sa parentheses, instead of writing x, we change that with negative 2. Then we copy 2 as the exponent. The same happens in the next term. We have minus 4, we copy minus 4. So instead of writing x, we change that with negative 2. And of course, we copy plus 1. Then here, we will simplify. So we perform first the exponent. So we copy negative 2, this one here. Then negative 2 squared, that is negative 2 times negative 2, that is positive 4. Then negative 4 times negative 2 is positive 8. Then we just simply copy positive 1. Then we multiply. Negative 2 times 4 is of course negative 8. So mukha niya siyang negative 8. So copy na lang na 8 plus 1. Then simplify further. This is negative 8 plus 8. So negative 8 plus 8 is 0. So what remains in the function is 1. So the difference between g minus h of negative 2 is 1. Okay, so of course, our answer is letter A. Next example. So we are done with addition. We are done with subtraction. This time, we will proceed with composition. So this symbol here, this one, small circle, that is a symbol of composition of functions. So given a function, h of x is defined as 5x minus 9, and f of x is x plus 2. So this is our h, this is our f. So this is now composition of functions h and f. Again, we have the value of the domain, which is negative 1. So letter A, is it 5? Letter B, negative 4. Letter C, 8. Letter D, negative 7. So the same. So we copy the composition of h and f of negative 1. So unahon nato ang function h, which is 5x minus 9. So this is our function h, 5x minus 9. Next is, we will substitute the value or the function f to this function. So meaning, ang kaning x diri ilisan sa f. So mahimo ning, yun ani. So 5x minus 9, gikopya ang 5, kanang x dira giilisan sa function f. Our function f is x plus 2. That's why mo ni x plus 2. Again, isudya po ng parenthesis kay the operation between 5 and x is multiplication. So this becomes 5 times x plus 2, then we copy minus 9. Then afterwards, we just simply multiply 5 to the terms inside the parentheses. So that is 5 times x is 5x, 5 times 2 is 10, and we copy minus 9. So we subtract 10 minus 9 is 1. So the resulting function would be 5x plus 1. And since we have the value of the domain which is 1, negative 1, naman tayo value sa domain nga negative 1, so ato ning evaluate using negative 1 sa value sa x. So mahimo ning 5 times, instead of writing x, we change that with negative 1, kay negative 1 man ang atong x dira. So this becomes 5 times negative 1 is of course negative 5, then we copy plus 1. So the final answer is negative 4. So negative 5 plus 1 is negative 4. So therefore, our correct answer is letter B. Okay, so that's it. I hope you have learned something from this video. More review series for general mathematics soon. Please do not forget to subscribe, like, and share to your friends. So thank you and God bless.